Hello YouTube friends, welcome to the Red Parrot channel. I am your host, Mary Ellen. This is an episode of Craft With Me, where I am going to be working on the Egyptian Folio journal, or Egyptian Folio. I don't think it's a journal. However, we have to do at least one thing, which is the Cracker Jill. I also want to do tea cards that will fit into the folio. And I think that's all. So let's get after it. So, Cracker Jill. What the heck is a Cracker Jill? A Cracker Jill is a woman crackerjack. So, I am not sponsored by Frito-Lay. I am happy to be, though. Frito-Lay, hit me up. This is the version that I can get at the ballpark of Cracker Jack, and they are called Cracker Jill. And it is very specifically to celebrate women in sport. You'll notice that the top has been ripped off. That's the English portion. For anybody not in Canada, there is a requirement for packaging to be in two languages, two official languages. So everything will have the English and also the French. So caramel coated popcorn and peanuts mais éclatés enrobés de caramel et des arachides. So what you have, it's translated. So if you'll notice, we have a woman on the cover, which is pretty amazing, and she's got that power sign. She is Asian, and there are multiple faces that can be on the cover of a Cracker Jill package. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and they are broad ethnic categories, and inclusion and seeing yourself is really important for everyone, not just women, but to be able to see yourself somewhere in the packaging is super important, and I completely and totally support that. The insides, same Cracker Jack, same candy coated corn, same candy coated peanut, full of fun, full of excitement, really great for a ballpark. Don't know if it's available elsewhere. What does the packaging say? Frito-Lay Canada, Cambridge, Ontario, Kentville, Nova Scotia, Lévis, Quebec, Tabor, Alberta, blah, blah, blah. It says imported by, so one assumes that it was made elsewhere. And I'm going to go possibly the States, but it doesn't say so. But I'm going to assume that they are widely available in other locations other than just Canada. But that is the Cracker Jill. And I feel like this should go into my summer sampler because it is 100% ballpark and also an important piece of ephemera, a cultural ephemera, shall we say. So that is the Cracker Jill as the quick introduction. So what do we have next? What did I say? That's why you write things down. But what did I put the paper that I wrote the stuff down on? Oh, here we are. Tea cards, right. So, Janet at Janet Nash does a live every Monday, and she was showing tea cards. And the tea cards I thought were going to be really fun thing to add to the ephemera package for the folio. So we're going to make a few, because I am now accumulating more ephemera than 7 folios will be able to handle, because we've started with that. And we're now into paper harvesting mode. I have far too many images, but that's okay, I'm going to say. Now we took measurements, we being while it was live, and what did she say it was? 3.5 centimeters by 6.5 centimeters, which was, I think that was 2 3/4 by, I think she said a scant 1.5 inches. Okay, so those are the sides of the paper that we need. And I need some backing to start. So let us get a little bit of backing. I don't need a lot. That should be fine. It's one of my favorite books. We will just pop that on. I should probably create a bit of a sample for what this measurement looks like. Get that out of the way. What did I say? 2 3/4 by 1 1/2. That doesn't sound right. That doesn't sound right at all. She did it also in centimeters, so maybe the centimeter, let's try the centimeter one. Centimeter, yeah, centimeters is a better. Distance, so that's 3 1/2, and then 6 1/2. There we are. That does that seem better? Seem better for a T card? So let's do. You know what? Hang on. I'll be right back. I am back. I didn't find what I was looking for, but we can look it up because we have access to the internet. What's the size of a T card? Boop. Size of T card. Go. Huh. Okay. These cards are 1 1/2 by 2 3/4. Maybe it's a cigarette card that I am thinking of. Get a card. This episode's going to be over by the time we're... Yeah, I don't want that one. I just want a regular one. Why are things hard? I want all. I don't want images. Standard size of a cigarette card. Okay, all right. 3.7 centimeters by 6.7 centimeters. That's the size. It just seems small, you know? Well, we're just going to pick a size. We're going to do at least that length. There. And now we've got to do this side. And that is 1/8, 3/8. There. Well, that was a lot of work, I'm not going to lie. My brain is not convinced that that's the right size either. It just feels small. Said that. That will fit. So, one, 2 3/4. Why was I doing that? Oh, for his head. Oh well, you're a better image. Well, if you're a better image, then it's already lost, so we don't have to worry. There. And we're going to do that one. Oh, we do have another one on the other side. There we are. So the Jays won yesterday. Just another, it was a walk-off, which means that it was the last play of the game, they got a hit type situation, which was pretty thrilling. He just creeps me out. So we're not going to do him. But he would work for other themes and other situations. So back to the walk-off. Yes, very exciting, very stressful. I'm just going to keep the name there because I can. Very pretty palette. So there we are. 3 should be enough. Where did I put the sheet of paper? Here we are. So no more than 2 3/4. That feels like that should be the whole thing. All right, so maybe we're not going to do TT cards. She might be a T card, but these other ones might be just cards. That's not going to cut. Okay, just glue it. So they won. They swept the Boston Red Sox, so that's exciting. There's a 3-way fight to get into the playoffs, of which Blue Jays is one of the teams. So there's just my home is an agony column at the moment. That's better use of the space. What else is going on? So there is, I'm surrounded by noise, I'm surrounded by construction, I'm surrounded by machinery that makes the ground vibrate because they are drilling. My brain is very unhappy with another week of this, but we will bash on. We made it through last week, so we should be able to make it through this week. Might not be happy about it, but happy is not in danger. Those two things are different. So I tell myself, and I believe myself. So there we are. 3 cards, more or less done. There we are. Get some spare paper for later. Pop that in there. And that goes in that bin. That goes in that bin. Here we are. Okay, so I'm just going to let that dry, I think. So where is my frame? Where's my papers? I have so many papers. So here is my bundle of joy. So we've got tissue, 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 tissue. Now this is the meat and potatoes that we want to start with. We've got these two. And we've got that now. This is why we need a bin. So this is the working journal. So what is her step one? Her step one was basically to start on the inside and to do some covering. So this side will show some, this side will show all, this will show almost none, and this will show a bunch. So I basically need these three panels to be a good image, or goodish. And I'm just thinking for the moment, which is the better inside or outside? I think this is the better inside, and it is not based on the colorization, but based on this is going to be this kind of pocket that will have to fit, and this has got another pocket that if I have it here, I will lose a whole bunch of real estate, and I want to be able to create a large enough pocket. So that's why we're going to do it that way. So what do I need now? I need 3 images. So one of the images that I thought would be pretty funky was, so this is the columns of hypostyle hall, or hypostyle. And I might do that. And, well, let's look at other images. So we just tore that off. And this is the sun setting on Alexandria. That might be fun. That might be fun. This is a bit too green. And this is what they call the potter's oven. So I think they have a ground kiln. New. This is the temple of Hatshepsut. Valley of Nobles, the Tomb of Sennefer. So this is another possible one as well. I think what I am starting to decide, maybe, ooh, and that would fit too. Does the other one fit? It should, because it's cross, but it doesn't fit as well because it's why? Oh, it could, yeah, because we're going to have to lose that center. I like this one better. I think I do. So my thought as I am developing it is that, ooh, and maybe this could be the the side here. Okay, so I need to do that. Yeah, I might do that. I will finish the sentence eventually. There, and then what do we lose on that side? We lose that. Perfectly fine. So I'm thinking we can do that for this side, have a large border, and then smaller borders on these three. Perfect. Okay. Have I finished my thought yet? I still have not finished my thought. My thought is that the person who owns this is an artist. In this course that I have, the Tombs at Giza, there are a whole bunch of artists that were and are employed in the field of archaeology because, one, the artists were doing, certainly around the 20s and so forth, they didn't have color photography. And so they were the ones that were representing the images, and they were doing sort of as straight copying as they could to be able to say, okay, this is what it looks like at this particular time. One of the important things about some of the art that was being done then is that the artifacts have since deteriorated. So in some cases, the art, either the photography art or the drawing art, fine art, is the only records that we have of what the thing looked like. So they are of vital importance. So am I going to take that? So quit faffing around, because it's not a faffing episode. It's a get after it episode. So I'm going to take some of this trim off to start. Here's one. I'm going to take the top off, but I'm not going to take the side off yet because I might be able to use the side as a bit of a border. I'm not sure yet. Okay. So I can go almost to end. All right, well, let's see what we get. Now this is me just pausing to think. Do I want that torn edge feel, or do I want a clean edge? Let's try a torn edge. Why? Good question. Currently accessing that information. I think the torn makes it feel more fieldy, like that's not even a word. More made in the field, maybe, is what I'm trying to get at. And am I gonna do that? Let's do that first so we can keep the words, believing that we will later lose them. I might lose a little bit of that black. Can lose some more of that black because it's all kind of the same thing. There. I suppose I can keep that for a while. Now then, where are we at? Woo! Okay. So when I cut this off, I need to get this out of the way for the moment. I am super excited about this journal. It was not even something that was on my list of things. And suddenly here we are on my list of things. There. Okay, so that's going to be about there. And this needs to be just about here. Now, where was that mark? I'll just put down. There it is. There it is. Oh, yeah. Yeah. That's a beauty. I feel like that's not a beauty, though. Chances of me being able to tear that, very low. Oh, I got a bit. Okay. And then the next one should be about the same size, I think. Ish, yep. Yep. Okay. So it goes that way. Or we could do that. I don't know. We'll worry about it in a minute. So, pretty much going to take the side off because we decided that. Oh, got his nose. There we are. Oh, beautiful. So we've got some of the art preserved. That's good. Now I want to take some of this bottom off. And what do we have for the roof? Yeah, that's gonna be pretty good. Okay. So they are gonna be covered because the pocket's gonna be at the bottom. But we will have that. We'll have that, and we will have that. Now, where did we go horribly wrong? So that is 1, 2, 3, 4 inches. That is 1, 2, 3, 4 inches. So these are both not 4 inches, I think. They're not on the square. There's your problem. Squares are hard. What do we think? It's going to end badly, won't it? You know what? It'll be fine. That will go like that. See, it... Am I losing my mind? It's always, that is 4 inches. That is 4 inches. This is 4 inches. This is 4 inches. So why do I think this, right to the edge, right to the edge? Okay. Right to the edge, right to the edge. These are not trimmed right. So that's just going to be a bad idea. That to there. Okay, very gently. There. That's one. Ow. There, that's better. Okay. Much better. Okay. And it's also on the square. Okay, do that. Up you get. There. That just fell. Also not straight. There. That wasn't the one I wanted to tear. At least I got it squared up. Fine, whatevs. Was that part of my problem? Was I doing the wrong one? I was probably doing the wrong one, and you were probably yelling at me. So that works. That works. And that works. Now let's glue it before we make any other. So what's the pause? The pause is about framing. And I wonder if it's black that I need. Just to give it a little something something. It's a little bit better. It's just enough. Beely boo, beely boo. I think one of the reasons why I think this is also not on the square is because the picture isn't on the square. And my brain is trying to reconcile all of the angles. Okay. We are good to glue. We are good to glue. We're good to glue. I want sort of scooch that way, scooch this way. I don't have to splat it down until I am happy. There we are. Oh, that looks good. It's there, but it's not. Okay, and you, my dear, going to the next side. And you are, oh yeah, good enough. More or less, more or less. Good enough. Here we are. Now I think in the original image, these were that way. But it matters. Now I need to make sure that Buddy's nose gets pasted in the right order. There. There we are. Okay, good. There. Is that glued? Yes, it's glued. And then this is going to have a little bit more space, and that is totally okay. Ta-da! There we, oops, so got some bits and pieces. There. Apparently I don't like top right-hand corners very much. Nope. Or left-hand corners. Nope, that one's good. Okay. So that took us a bunch of time, but there we are. Now we open, ta-da. Okay, so in the way Christine did this at, trying to remember her website, and I can't off the top of my head. Nature Art? Nope, it's right here. Spirit of Nature Art. He on YouTube. What did she do first? I think she did this one first, second. So what did we do here? So here she had a belly band, and then she had a paper pocket thing. So it basically does that, but when you pull it up, you can then see the image. And I really like the idea of a flip-up thing. The other thing that thought occurs, that I do not a great job at, and that is everything will match to the power of the sun. Like when I do the jelly printing, I don't have enough variation. Oh, this is the other thing I want to put in here. Before we lose it. Yes! Perfect. This is another thing that she does, and that is she uses, she reinforces all of these seams, and using the name seems like a perfect use of this piece of paper. There, that's good. And we will get to the other reinforcements when we get there. Like when something occurs to us that'll be a good use of the paper or whatever, but I needed to keep this attached to this image to make that work. Okay, so what are we going to do? What do we need to do? We need a belly band, and we need paper. Well, let's use a little bit of ingenuity. So let's see if any of this will work. I like that a lot as the possible top. And then this could be a useful belly band. So let us work with that. So this is a photocopy. It's a photocopy. I think it's of Tim Holt's, whatever he calls it, wallpapers, not wallpapers, backdrops. I don't know. It's the weird size that he doesn't do his 8 or 12 by 12s anymore. And I have one of those because I regularly get all of the things because I am essentially curious. Okay, so I don't need all of this. You probably need just like a piece. Let's do that. There. There. And so what am I going to do with this? All I'm going to do with this is I am just going to glue it over and make a kind of a solid piece of paper. And I'll probably end up trimming it as well. I surely don't need it more than that, so let's cut down the size a bit. We're not using all of the paper. Oops, that just gooped out. Now let's fold it again. So this is going to go kind of like that. Well, it's going to go exactly like that. And then the book is going to go in. Now, when Christine did it, she did a lot of riveting, making like these little dewey's. Brads, I guess, is what you call them. To affix not only the paper, but then these as well. I don't think I'm going to do that, but I might do something in terms of decoration in that regard. So next thing we need is some paper. Now then, an artist should have two kinds of paper, maybe? A field artist, anyways, should have two kinds of paper. So let's take some of this out. 1, 2, 3. Does this come out too? Very fancy paper. Okay, where's the next seam? Here. Okay, got a lot of cutting to do here. Did I get them both? I did not. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5.5. Oh no, I got them both. There we go. 6. There we go. And even if I don't use them all, having them all would be helpful. Another thing in this course that I think would be useful here, and maybe something to consider either here or elsewhere in the book, Folio, Crash. I like this because of the color of the paper too. Is that he had a form. So this guy Reisner is the main American site explorer at Giza. So there were several. There was Americans, there was French, there was Austrian, there was German, and there was Egyptian. And so they basically divvied up the campsite, or at least the huge area of Giza, and each group did their own thing. Maybe the British were also there. In any event, Reisner created a methodology for documenting everything as it came out, and he kind of set a standard for archaeology. So yay him. So if I do something at 3.5, and he created this form of how you went about it. So I need, what am I doing? I need to know the size of the paper. That's what I need to do. The size of the paper should be around, I'm going to say 3.5. Yeah, 3.5 by 3.5 by 6. Okay, so that's a lot. That's just good enough. Six will be on that line, okay. And I'm just going to take off this, the edging, because then it'll just give you more actual lines to line with. One, two, there's one. And 3.5. Nope. Now this we can keep because there are other spots where we are going to need to have paper. Lined paper. Not just your old generic paper, so this is going to be 6 as well. And I'm going to tear this just so the bottom has got some different kind of texture to it. Save that. And this is going to have a top. It surely is. And it needs a back. Cardboard. What am I looking for? I am thinking I can do some more. Oh, crazy truck is back. That's 3.5. I need a page. I'm just flipping through pages to see what will be a nice sort of back end. Let's use this. This book is getting hard to tear out. Because I didn't do a clean job. So what I'm going to do is do that. Let us do that. The last page of this fun book is going to be a little picture. Sort of be the back cardboard, if you will. Ooh, we've got 7 minutes left. I might keep working on this off camera because this is loads of fun. I'm not even making that up. Oops. And I think actually this picture should go this way so that when you flip over the pad, it'll look like that. Yes, so I'm gonna do that. We've got our cardboard drawing. We need a couple of blank sheets of paper. So let us get a piece of tea-dyed paper. Hilariously, I don't do a lot of plain tea-dyed. I always am doing something like that, but we can do a couple of pages like this, I think. And then that will be, do a couple of strips. These need to be 3.5. And then we'll call it done, and we'll let you go. Well, you can go at any time, you know that. Yep. Oh, I might get a third one out of it. Woohoo! That's exciting. There we are. Get rid of that. Do this. And I wonder if we can just do for funsies. It's all going to be the wrong way around. I'm sure some of you are saying, no, don't do it. You're not left-handed. There's one. There's two. And there's three. That was very satisfying. Okay. where are we for pages here? So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, we have 5 and we have 3. Let's do that. Here we are. So we've got some lines and some blanks. That's going to be great. Okay, so I said that was when I was going to stop. So let's stop here. I think we're done. Yes, we are. So thank you so much for joining me. Always appreciate your company, and I always appreciate having somebody to talk to. Makes a world of difference for my end. You have no idea. Like and subscribe for more episodes, and we will see you real soon. Bye now.